What's up? Hey, what's good? What's poppin'? I am MsBerry. Welcome back to my channel. I appreciate you guys for sliding through and coming to kick it with me. As you guys can see from the title, a lot of you in the comments don't like the fact that I'm looking into Candace Owens. You guys think otherwise, but at the same time, this is just your opinion. I appreciate your opinion, but I don't know Candace that well, so I need to see for myself what I agree with, what I disagree with, and all of the above. But anyway, this is her debating with Russell Brand. I'm familiar with Russell Brand, but not extremely familiar, like what role or how he played into politics, or his thoughts and all of that. So this will definitely be a first time reaction. But I'm not gonna do too much talking. Let's go ahead and get straight up into it. All right, y'all. So I did change my intro because I just felt like it was time. I wanted something short, simple, and to the point. And so yeah, I just redid my intro. So anyway, let's get into it, y'all.
Do you like Candace Owens, or do you absolutely detest her? Do you like me, or do you absolutely loathe me? Wherever you stand on two polarising figures, here we are in conversation. Now, obviously, we talk about politics. Particularly, I wanted to press Candace Owens on the idea that most people that live in systems of elitism and privilege are in those positions because of advantages that have been endowed upon them. Candace Owens, more of an individualist than I am, you might imagine, strongly contests my perspective. Hopefully, we remain respectful and light and kind with one another while vehemently disagreeing. I'm going to have further conversations with Candace Owens, so look out for those. This conversation took place on my podcast, Under the Skin, available on Luminary. You can subscribe to it. There's a link in the description. Let me know what you think about this conversation in the comments below.
Look, I agree, but do you not think this individualistic culture is in itself destroying the principles at a spiritual, human level of community? Do you not think when people see this economic inequality, this disparity, I'm not talking about hating your little rich friend Lola Bill or whatever it was, you went round to see her nanny and...
I'm sorry, I don't want to talk during the video. I'm just multitasking, just trying to make sure everything is okay with my boy child, or my son.
Were infuriated by, but thought, oh, well, maybe one day I'll have my own nanny. Do you not think that economic inequality creates in a human being a sense of injustice, of unfairness? Because people, do you know what, Candace? 90% of people that are rich, do you know why they're rich? They was born rich.
Okay, I can tell you something. I think that economic disparity creates that feeling, but a fundamental understanding in economics can help you
Do you know that
that
the most people that are rich are born rich? It's not like there's a tiny minority of people that are like you that come from a poor background and manage to overcome it. And this is what's a problem I've noticed with a lot of great.
So I just noticed that he said it's not a lot of people like you. So did Russell come from a rich background, or did he get it out the mud as well? Did he get it from the ground up and build himself up? Like, I'm just trying to figure out, because he did say people like you to Candace. So I was just, I'm a little confused. So if anybody know, can you fill me in? Or I could just actually go research it. So either or.
People is they sort of believe that their greatness is something that can be replicated, and I don't think it can.
I see. So I believe in the individual, you don't. That's our fundamental differences.
That the primary goal of the individual should be to serve the community.
I do not believe that the primary goal of
what
an
do you
individual,
think the primary goal of the
individual
individual
should be? Once an individual feels
serve
that they
the
have
individual.
Served, so you're discounting the human spirit.
I'm not discounting
yes,
it. I'm saying that's all
let
there is.
Let me ask you. No, there's not. In a humanity, think of animals in the wild. You don't even have to go to humanity. We can just think about animals in the wild. What is our human instinct, okay? Are you going to make sure that everyone on this block is fed before you feed yourself? Do you go around and say, hey, have you had breakfast this morning?
Listen,
hey, have you had breakfast this morning? Hey, or are you going to make sure you're eating? And if you have an excess, of course you're going to do the human condition, and our incentives are going to be to want to help people.
Are you mental? Excess. The richest 15 people on the planet have got as much.
He said, are you mental? Like... it's just funny because, people just have no filter nowadays. You should say how you feel, respectfully, or whatever the case may be. But, this is the debate. Hey.
Accumulative wealth as the poorest 5 billion.
But you're
That's
talking...
an excess.
No.
That's an excess.
Okay, excuse me. First and foremost, you're talking about literally 0.00001% of the world is what you're talking about. Okay, and what are they preaching? What do they want? Socialism, so that nobody else has the opportunity to become what they've become. They're the ones that are pushing forward.
Socialism.
Yes,
That's not real socialism.
Are you kidding? George Soros doesn't want socialist policies. Jeff Bezos, the richest man in the world, doesn't want socialist policies. They want to make sure that no one else has the opportunity to get to where they got.
We need to discuss our language, me and you, because
we do.
Here's what my socialism looks like. Take Jeff Bezos' wealth from him, except for a reasonable stipend for him to live on. Something like, he can have 10 million a year or something. Tax Amazon to the ground.
So the rich people pay for 85% of all of the taxes. You think they should pay for even more?
Do you think
is that true?
That's fact. Yes.
I mean, I know that how about the taxes and everything, but so is what she's saying true? 85% of rich people pay taxes, so majority of the taxes are being paid by rich people. Is that true? I'm gonna go look that up right now.
I'm telling you, that's a fact.
Face.
The top 10% pay for 85% of all the taxes. When people say they're going to raise their taxes more, I'm just like, how much more? Should we just say just pay for all the taxes?
I say this, that there is no, when you're about to use an example from the natural world, and then
I'm talking about America, by the way.
I
forgot that I'm in. No, I was gonna say the instinct when you're in the natural world is that you feed your family first. You're not the idea that socialism tries to create goes against human.
We are no longer in the natural world, are we? We're in a world of sort of accumulation and excess, and I don't think it's even working. I wonder about sort of look, I want, because you could say, where do you draw the line? Because look at me, I've got money now, I'm not poor anymore, and I'm not going, right, I'll just take everything that's, the thing that I do agree with when I see like sort of right-wing commentators talk, like they talk about people that are, in inverted commas, from the left, and they go, well, why don't you put some refugees in your house? Why don't you give up your money? And the reason is because people are selfish, and in all of us, there is a kind of battle between, like some of my impulses, Candace, are, I just want pleasure and fun, and I don't care about anything except myself. That's in me. That's in me, and it's strong. But I personally think I don't feel good when I live that way. There are consequences for me, and there are consequences for others. So I kind of want to live within systems that encourage collective and communal values. That instead
theft. We're talking about theft.
No, we're not talking about
demanding
theft.
that people give up their stuff is theft. But it sounds pretty when you say encourage, incentives. No, when the government comes and demands that I give to someone else, that's theft.
You keep translating what I'm saying.
I'm helping you.
No, you're not helping me.
He's talking about theft.
You're translating what I'm saying into rhetoric that you can argue with, creating straw men of my words as we go, so you can kick them over.
That is theft.
No, that's. I'm not saying that. I'm not espousing the values of big government.
That right there, guys, to me, like how she said, oh no, that's stuff. He's like, oh no, I'm not saying that. That right there, to me, I'm looking at that as, two different perspectives. He means it this way, but she sees it that way. And he's trying to explain, how he meant it. But in her eyes and her mind, like what she's hearing is, oh no, you're still talking about theft. Oh no, but I mean, no, you're talking about theft. Like,
I'm not saying that there's any political party that currently exists that in any way represents my views. I'm just asking if in politics, both personally and collectively, there's room for a little more compassion and love. And whilst I agree with your that there is something easy to fetishize about individual achievements in your own case or wherever we see greatness, we can't take that example of the ability of the individual to overcome adversity to condemn people that haven't been able to. Like, where is there a role then for compassion and kindness? I'm not saying let's create a big government and take away.
Not in politics. So my thing is that the conversation should be completely separate. America.
I agree. There's no feelings in politics.
$500 billion in charity every single year. Okay, it has been proven that when you lower the tax rate, when government stays out of our paycheck, we actually give more. That we're inclined to. If you have more money and you're able to do it, of course you want to give and you want to help. When the government is saying we're going to tax your business, if you're successful, you're going to get taxed more. What is the incentive for you to want to jump and build a business if you know that you're going to be penalized for it? You're going to be penalized for success. That's why we believe in limited government. When I say we, obviously I work for an organization, Turning Point USA.
Oh yeah, what's that all about?
It's a winning
Turning
back.
Point.
Turning Point
What
USA. We're launching it in the UK. TP UK. That's what this whole trip is about.
You're hold on a minute.
Sorry,
You're launching Turning Point, and like Turning Point is what? What do you want us to turn to?
It's conservative principles taught in the school system because the kids are learning this lolly-dolly, merry merry-go-round, the world's going to be purple and we're all going to have lollipops in the school systems. And then possibly from your podcast, I guess I haven't watched enough episodes. It's just not.
I need to watch some. I haven't watched
the economic
any.
model of letting people find success because they're willing to work hard. If you don't want to work hard, you shouldn't be rewarded. I don't believe in that. I don't believe, well, what about the person who doesn't have your drive?
Why should economic systems govern the way that we live our lives? Why is there not room for people to be different? Why is it that a person's value and worth should be distilled into
That's called the natural market. You can't make that go away.
That's not called the natural
Yes, it is.
market.
You can't make that
You've
go
applied
away.
that
No matter
idea
what,
too.
tell me in the history of the world where there hasn't been some give and some take. You can't make that go away. There's no magic wand that you can wave that's going to make human incentives and what happens in humanity go away. Doesn't matter how rich or how poor society is. There's going to be give, there's going to be take. People are going to create natural markets. I have 3 apples, I'll give you 2 apples if you give me this. I mean, that it just happens. This is the way the world works.
Yeah, I appreciate that we have certain natural impulses to trade and to cooperate.
Well, if you're enjoying that conversation with Candace, let me know who you thought made the best points. Who do you agree with more? Who do you disagree with, for heaven's sake? If you want to listen to the rest of it, go over to Luminary and subscribe. I do podcasts like this all the time. Ben Shapiro's been on, Jordan Peterson's been on. In any event, if you enjoyed this video...
So we're going to end this video right there. That was pretty interesting because, I know a lot of celebrities have, a lot of input on the whole political thing, well, politics, let's just say that. Everybody has an opinion for the most part. Those who want to... Oh, that's a pretty interesting video. Will it go left or right? That must be the full version. So that was, it was pretty interesting to see 2 different viewpoints, and it's like no matter what this person or that person says, like, oh no, you mean this, like they pretty much stuck to how they... Not how they, but they pretty much, I was about to say felt, but how they, I guess you could say that, but their perspective, like what they thought. They pretty much stuck it down, like they, debated back and forth. No. I felt like it wasn't a horrible debate or anything. They both made some pretty valid points. I'm sorry, y'all. Phones act like they don't know how to shut up, but it made some pretty valid points from both sides. Honestly, I could see where Russell was going with it, and I could see certain things Candace was going with it. And I don't know, like, both of them, very strong-minded. I can't really say, oh, this person's closed-minded, or this is that, but they most definitely was debating about how their views. And I would love to, like, actually watch the full podcast. Was this a podcast? I would like to watch, like, the full thing so I could actually, form a better opinion and just see more of what they were talking about, see how I could relate to this, relate to that. So it was definitely pretty interesting. Like, I'm learning about different celebrities that, who wants a say or has a say, or however you want to put it, just out here. I didn't really know about Russell Brand podcast or anything like that. I didn't know he was even doing anything like this. So that's crazy. Like, where have I been, right, y'all? Anyway, y'all, comment down below. Let me know what you guys would like to see me react to on this channel. Also, y'all, don't forget to like up this video, thumbs it up, and give me recommendations. Drop links or however you guys prefer. It does not necessarily have to be about Candace Owens or Russell Brand. It could just be a video that you want me to react to help expand my mind, or whatever the case may be. But anyway, guys, if you are not subscribed to my channel, what are you doing? Go ahead and hit that red subscribe button and ring that bell, so when I drop a new video, you guys will know, you won't miss it, and you'll be right here. As always, I appreciate you guys for coming through and coming to kick it with me. And until next time.